Hey guys, my name is Brooke, and if you're new to this channel, normally I do ASMR videos, but I also do some that are not ASMR. And fair warning, this is not going to be ASMR if that's what you think this is. It is not. Most of my ASMR videos are labeled that way, like in the title. In fact, all of them are, but I'm going to turn on the air conditioning. So sorry for the little background noise, but I was just sitting in my car writing an Instagram post, and I realized that I had so much more to say than I could even include in that. This video is for the mom who feels like a really bad mom, because I've been there. Okay, so people tell you that when you give birth, it's like the whole world opens up and you have this love that you didn't even know was possible, and like you would do anything for this little baby and your whole life changes. But the truth is that doesn't happen right away for a lot of people, and I didn't know that until it happened to me, and I reached out and talked to other moms and realized that they felt the same way. And for CJ, it happened too. They say, oh yeah, the dad doesn't really comprehend it until the baby's in his arms, and then all of a sudden he loves this baby so much. And this didn't happen for CJ either. Granted, we loved the baby. When Rose was first born, we were just like, oh my gosh, wow, yeah, she's cool. This was in there the whole time, cool. But it wasn't I would do anything for this baby. I love this baby. I want to be with this baby for the rest of my life. It wasn't like that for me until very recently. And she's 3.5 months old now. She's going, I think around the 2-month mark. That's when I was like, oh my God, I love her. And that might sound really bad, but some people really need to take the time to get to know somebody, even if it's just a little baby. And for that first month or month and a half, all the baby really does is cry and sleep, and nothing really happens with it. You just feel almost like it's a burden, or it's this new part of your life that unfortunately is gonna completely drain you of all your energy, and you're spending all of your time nursing this baby or pumping, and oh my God, I'm gonna cry. But it's really hard, and you don't realize how draining it's going to be, and how awful it is for your mental health and your physical health, and you're leaking from everywhere, and you're bleeding, and your boobs hurt, and you're just falling apart, and you're like, damn, this baby kind of sucks, you love the baby, but you're like, this is just a new part of my life, and somehow I have to be responsible for this baby, and I have to find a way to provide for it somehow. And most pregnancies in the world are not planned. Mine was not planned. And so you're like, I didn't ask for this. My dog didn't ask for this. My boyfriend, my husband, they didn't ask for that. All of a sudden we just have this baby that we have to take care of. And then the baby starts smiling at you and starts looking at you like, wow, I love my mom. I love my dad. And you can just see it in their eyes, how happy they get when they wake up in the morning and you say, good morning, and they just light up like their whole day has just been made, and all night long they missed you so much. And then once you actually start catching up on sleep, once you start catching up on sleep, you kind of come back to reality and come back to yourself and realize hey, I'm not some zombie. I'm not some sleep deprived monster who's just snippy and snappy and sad and angry. And then once your milk supply regulates, if you're breastfeeding, it's you're not engorged. You can sleep through the night. Things just get so much easier, and it's this breath of fresh air. And Cardi B said in her ASMR interview with W Magazine, she was like, my favorite part about my baby is that they look at me like I'm a gift from God, and they need me, but really they're the gift from God, and I'm the one who needs them. And it is so, so, so true. Rose looks at us like we are just some, not some amazing thing, but the amazing thing. She looks at us like, I need them, I love them, they make me happy, they make my day better. And when your kid looks at you like that, that's when it finally starts to set in, at least it did for me, that this baby isn't going anywhere, and you don't want it to. You want the baby to be there forever, literally for the rest of your life. I cannot imagine I'm gonna turn it up one more. I cannot imagine a single day in my life not wanting her to be around. And this is the easy part, right? Like, we are in the easy stage. She's a newborn, still, well, I guess technically she's not a newborn anymore, but she is 3.5 months old, so this is the easy part. She still can't like crawl around and get into trouble and backtalk and all of that, but still, I love her so much. And if you would have told me that I would feel this way, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I probably already would have felt that by now, you know? But it's not true. And I know that as every day goes by, I'm just going to keep loving her more and more, because that's how I feel right now. I just continuously love her more with every single minute that passes. And I feel so lucky that I get to be her mom. And I remember talking to CJ about it, and he was like, she still doesn't even feel like she's mine. Like, I don't feel like, oh my God, I love this baby, and like blah, 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 blah. This was a couple months ago. And I was like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. And especially for him, since he didn't carry her inside him, he was like, is this my, like, he didn't feel like that attachment, that connection to her. And especially since she looks just like me and she doesn't really look like him, he was just like, this just doesn't feel like a part of me. But now the older she gets, the more that she's not a part of our world. She's become our entire world. And we just feel so lucky every single day to get to be with her. And I remember when it hit me for the first time that she wasn't going anywhere, and I was happy about it, because if you watch like my old videos while I was pregnant, I was mourning my old life, because I was like, I'm not going to be able to go out anymore. I'm not going to be able to just do whatever I want whenever I want to, and this baby is going to, sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold this, and this baby is never gonna leave. I think I said that in like every single pregnancy update. I was like, this baby's gonna come here and never leave. And now in my heart, I'm just like, I hope she never leaves. I hope she never goes anywhere. I hope she never wants to go anywhere. I hope she's always with me every single day for the rest of my life. And I remember that first time I realized that, and I felt it in my heart, and I was just like, I hope I get to spend the rest of my life with you. And so I'm just saying, if you're a new mom, like brand new, and you are struggling, and you're like, this baby sucks ass, they never sleep, they are always hungry, they're always attached to me, I hate pumping, I have to be attached to the wall all the time, and my relationship with my partner isn't the same, and I'm mad about that. Like, I used to have a great relationship, and now all of a sudden, like, this baby comes and ruins it, and I'm never getting sleep, I'm angry all the time, my hormones are everywhere, I'm bleeding all over, I'm leaking through everything, I have to wear a bra to sleep, and that pisses me off, and like, all this baby does is cry and sleep. There's nothing good that happens with this baby. You're gonna feel that way, and you're probably gonna feel that way for the first few weeks to months, and it will get better. I swear to you, it will get better. And whatever you have to do in this time to make you feel good, do that. Whether it's just going to Target and walking around for hours, right? I do that every day. I go to a store, I go to a park, I do something to where I can just get out of the house, and it makes my whole day so much astronomically better. Exercise has also helped me a lot, whether it's going to the gym or going for an 1.5 hour long walk every night. Having time for just me is so vital to my mental health and to making me the happy person that I am. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Some moms will try to like shame you for taking time to yourself or for doing things for yourself. Screw them, okay? Like, if you want to go, if you just want to be by yourself for a half hour, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad about that. You need to figure out how to do that if that's what's going to make you happy, because for those first few weeks, for those first couple months, anything to make you happy is a good thing. Whether it's getting your nails done, whether it's taking a long shower, whether it's having somebody babysit and going out and getting plowed like one night, you know? And some moms are going to shame you for that. You're going to find that no matter what choice you make, even if you think, how could there be anything wrong with this? People are going to try to make you feel bad about it. And that's just the truth tea all day long. Like, my baby is exclusively bottle fed. I exclusively pump for her, 100%. She always gets breast milk, but it's always in a bottle. Never has nursed one time. People have tried to make me feel bad for that, saying that bottles are bad for babies somehow. Like, come on, you know? But for those first few months where it's just really hard, okay, and you feel like you're gonna die, and you feel like you're just never gonna get sleep again, and that you're never gonna be happy again, and that this baby is just sucking the life out of you, do things for you to make you feel good until you get to the point, and you will get to the point where you love that baby. And now it's not a question of how am I going to provide for her? Like, I didn't plan this baby. I'm not financially stable enough to have a baby. I can't even support myself. How am I going to do this? Once you get to this point, it's not a how am I going to do this? It's just a matter of, okay, this is going to get done. No matter what. I have all the confidence in the world that no matter what, my baby will always be fed. She will always be clothed. She will always have nice things. And she will always be happy. And I know those things because I have the confidence in myself that I'm going to figure out a way to provide that for her no matter what. Absolutely no matter what. And if you are struggling with money, if you're struggling with time, if you're struggling with work or whatever the case may be, daycare, food, whatever it is, there are resources that you can find that will always be there for you to help you out. Churches will there are, even if you look at like for Facebook groups, there are so many Facebook groups that are just like for low income people who need extra help. I know that if you're in Minnesota, there's a group called Helping Hands, and I've never personally worked with them, but I know a few people who have, and they help with things like food, clothes. They have like free shopping events where you can just go there and get what you need, whether it's diapers, clothes, food, anything. There are so many places that you can go that can help you. And so now that I like know that those resources are there if I ever need them, I feel so confident in knowing that I can provide for my daughter. And I haven't had to use any of those resources yet. I'm not going to say that I never will, but I know no matter what that there is no shame in doing whatever you have to do to make your baby happy, healthy, and safe. And whether that's if like breastfeeding, if breastfeeding is freaking hard and it's awful and it doesn't come naturally to you and you're sick of having to wake up in the middle of the night and you just feel like there's no other way and you feel so guilty because, oh my God, what if you have to use formula? Don't feel that way. Whatever you need to do to make you happy, to make the baby happy, to make your entire life happy, healthy, and safe, switch to formula. Screw it. And if you're like, it's too expensive, I can't afford it, switch to donor milk. There are like, and not from a milk bank, there are people, if you go into like the Minnesota breastfeeding moms group or whatever, or any, whatever your state is, your country, there are moms who just have an excess amount of milk. They have an oversupply and they're like, I have too much milk in my freezer. I need to empty it out. Does anybody need help? Or even if you post yourself, hey, listen, I need help. Does any mom have milk to donate to me? I live here. I can pick it up. I'll give you bags. I'm sorry I'm getting off on like a different topic, but I'm just saying there is no question in my mind. There is not a single doubt that I'm going to be able to provide for my daughter for the rest of her life and that she's always going to have whatever she needs. And you get to that point eventually. You do. I swear to you. Even if you make no money, even if you don't have a job or you lose your job or daycare is so expensive or whatever it is, or formula is so expensive, how do I do this? You're going to figure it out, mama. You always are going to figure it out no matter what. If your boyfriend leaves you, you get divorced, you, whatever, you are going to figure it out no matter what because you are a mother and that is what moms do. And granted, there could be fathers watching this as well. And I'm just speaking to myself, basically, myself from the past. So that's why I'm not addressing you. But single fathers happen all the time, and fathers who are the providers and everything. There is so much other pressure there that I don't understand being a dad. But I'm just speaking to the moms. So I'm just here to let you know, if you are struggling right now, if you are feeling hopeless and depressed and sad and overwhelmed and tired as fuck, it is going to get better. And once it gets better, you're gonna be like, oh my God, what was I so worried about? What was I so scared of? Why was I so irritable? Because your hormones right now are going through, like, it's like a roller coaster. And it sounds like an excuse, like, oh, it's just PMS or whatever. Like, it sounds like an excuse. It's not. Your hormones are going crazy and they're making you think crazy things. So my best advice about how to deal with like mood swings, hormones, PPD, all of that stuff, never make a permanent decision based on your feelings. I swear to you, it is not real. Like, everything that you're thinking and feeling, it is not real. It is all up here, all of it. So if you're like, oh my God, I don't love my husband anymore, my relationship is falling apart, I never want to have sex, what's wrong with me? Never make a permanent decision based off that, because I promise in a couple months you are gonna love your husband again. I swear. Like, it's rough for a while. And it's, keep in mind too, when you're like, oh my God, I'm dealing with all this stuff and he doesn't even care, your man or woman is dealing with a lot too. Maybe not hormonally, maybe not up here, maybe not physically, but they're dealing with a lot of change, especially if it's your first baby. Going from having nobody to worry about, nothing to, like, you know, bachelor life forever, and then all of a sudden they have this baby and they're like, oh no. And there is still the societal pressure for a man to be like the leader of the family and to provide for the family and to bring home the bacon and whatever. And there is that pressure, whether you want it to or not, to be there or not, whether you have gender roles in your home or not. Your man is gonna feel that way. He's gonna be like, damn, how am I gonna provide for this baby? Especially if it wasn't planned, especially if they wanted to quit their job before and now they feel like they can't and they feel pressured to stay there and they're like, how am I gonna do this? There's so many things going on in their head too, and you just have to be understanding, respectful, and empathetic about that and realize that it's not just you. So just understand if they're acting a fool and you're like, why would he be saying these things? Why would he be treating me this way? Why does he expect this of me? They just don't know. They don't understand. They're going through their own thing. So never make a permanent relationship decision or just life decision in general based off of how you're feeling right now. Because it will change and it will get better. And in a couple months, you're going to be like, wow, why did I feel that way? I feel great now. Yeah. So, and it, like, even with, if you're having a really hard day breastfeeding or pumping or whatever you're doing, don't get overwhelmed and be like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. On a bad day. Never quit breastfeeding on a bad day. I swear. I've had so many bad days where I'm just like, I'm done. I quit. And then I have other days where I'm like, what? This isn't even hard. Why did I feel that way yesterday? Because it's just such a roller coaster. It depends on how much sleep that you've had. It depends on just, you know, in general, whether or not you've eaten in the past 5 minutes. And be gentle with yourself. Be so gentle with yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally. You have gone through so much. It reminds me to circle back. Do things that'll keep you sane, and do not make a decision based off of your emotions or based off of a bad day. Just know that this time is hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's considered the 4th trimester for a reason, and it will get better. It will get easier, and soon you are gonna love this baby. You are gonna love your life. You are gonna be so happy. You're never gonna be like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. But you are going to feel confident in your ability as a mother, as a partner, as a friend, as daughter, son, whatever you are. You are gonna feel so confident in yourself. Even though you know you don't have it all together, just know you're never gonna have it all together. You're never gonna get to a point where you're like, I got this. I'm a superhero. You're gonna have moments that you feel that way, I guess. But then it's gonna go away and you're gonna be like, what am I doing? But you're still gonna know in your heart, in your soul, that whatever comes your way, you're going to figure out a way to get through it. You're going to figure out a way to conquer whatever battle you're facing. That's all I have to say, really. I'm sure I just went around in circles. I don't know if any of that made sense. We're going to a garage sale, but she got hungry, so she's just sitting there eating in the back, and then we're gonna go into the garage sale, and yeah, things that have been super helpful for me, just to tie it all together, things that have been super helpful to me, just spending time with her and playing with her, being with her, talking to her constantly. Like in the store when we're walking around, I talk like this. Like I don't talk to her like a little baby. I talk to her like a person. I show her things. I say, look at this green turtle. Turtles live in water, blah, 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 blah. She doesn't understand, but it helps us bond and it helps her learn. And so doing that has been instrumental to our bonding. Also, doing things that other people might look down on me for, but I do it anyway because it makes me feel much better. Her eating back there, I could be sitting back there, I could be holding her, I could be like holding the bottle in her mouth and being like, oh, my baby, whatever. I ain't got time to do that. If I had to hold her and cuddle her and nurse her every time she had to eat, I wouldn't get anything done. I would be pissed, okay? So I prop up the bottle with some blankets and she goes to town, and that's okay. That's what I have to do for me. And some people are like, why don't you want to hold your baby? Why don't you want to feed your baby? Why don't you want to nurse your baby? Because I just damn well don't want to. Don't feel the need to explain yourself to anybody. You're going to, but don't do it. Don't explain yourself to anybody. Just say this is what we're doing and that's it. Okay? That's it. What else? Yeah, doing things for me, getting out of the house. I swear you will go crazy if you don't get out of the house. Going for walks, getting exercise, eating healthy foods, eating unhealthy foods too. Donuts? Oh, damn. Girl, I love me a donut. I love me some desserts. I am vegan, but I eat all the vegan desserts when I want to. Yep, just being mindful of my own mental health, being mindful that my partner, even though he might do things that are so stupid sometimes, that he's doing the best that he can. And knowing, also one thing that was hard at first and still is sometimes hard, realizing that I don't know everything and that I'm new at this too, and being gentle with myself because of that. And there are times where my boyfriend is right. And it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. You don't even know, where he like says something and I'm like, no, CJ, that is not how you do it. This is how you do it. And then he's right. And I'm like, shit. But it's okay. We're all learning. We're all growing. And including that baby. She is learning and she is growing. And soon you're gonna love her. I promise. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed with how much I love her that it makes me cry. I'm not even joking. And that's not even the hormones. That's just me as a human being. So, oh, she dropped her bottle. We're going to get upset in a second. So I got to go. We have some shopping to do anyway. Damn, girl. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. I do have a Patreon if you want to support the channel. If you don't like these kinds of videos, I'm sorry. But this was on my heart. I have to upload this. I feel it in my heart, in my mind, in my soul that I have to get this out there, because everybody told me the second I had the baby, everything would change and my mind would change and I would be so in love and so happy. And it did not happen that way for me, and it did not happen that way for my partner, and that is not a bad thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of. After you have a baby, nobody can tell you how you should feel, how you're going to feel, how you're supposed to feel. Nothing. What you're supposed to think, absolutely not. Nobody can tell you how you're supposed to feel or how you're supposed to react to being a new parent. There are as many different people in the world. There are as many ways to feel and react after having a baby. So never feel like you should do anything or you should be anything. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are exactly where you need to be, and you are going to get to this point sometime. I promise. It might take you longer than it took me. It might take you a week to get there. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your life, but you will get there. You'll be happy. You'll be so confident in yourself and your abilities to parent your child. And that is that. I have to go. I'm just rambling on and on and on and on and on. But I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.